Hi, it's Sarah from iDream and Cloth, and today I am doing a side-snapping Midwestern showdown. This is Bottombumpers vs. Peachy Green. So to my left here, I have a Bottombumpers One Size all-in-one, and to my right, I have a Peachy Green One Size all-in-one. I also have a Bottombumpers Size Small and Size Medium, as well as a Peachy Green Size 0 and Size 1. So I will be going through the basic similarities and differences between these diapers. These are all the all-in-one diapers. Peachy Green also makes an all-in-two, but I will be covering that separately in my individual review of Peachy Green. So I want to start off with the basic similarities. Both of these diapers are made in the USA. They are both side-snapping diapers. They both come in either sized or one-sized versions. They both feature 5 snaps along the waist and thigh. They are both lined with organic cotton on the inside. On the outside, they both feature PUL as a waterproof lining. They both come with snap-in inserts that are a combination of bamboo and organic cotton. They both feature rolled elastic along the legs. And you can find both of these diapers in either solids or prints. So now I'm going to switch over to the basic differences. I'm going to start off with the differences in the shells. So here on my right, the Peachy Green One Size diaper has its 3-step rise adjustment on the outside front part of the diaper, whereas the Bottombumpers One Size diaper has its 4-step rise adjustment on the inside of the back. Also different is the elastic on these diapers. The elastic on the back part right here of the Peachy Green is kind of stitched into the diaper, and it's very stretchy. Whereas the Bottombumpers, the elastic is kind of rolled in here, and it's not quite as stretchy in my opinion. Another difference, I mentioned that both of these diapers can be found in solids and prints, but the Bottombumpers is mostly solids with seasonal prints, and the Peachy Green is kind of the opposite. It's found in mostly prints. And these differences are the same for the small and medium diapers as well, other than the rise adjustments, of course. So I'm going to skip on to the interiors of the diaper now. So here we are on the inside of the One Size diapers. As I mentioned, they are both lined with 100% organic cotton, although the Bottombumpers lining is slightly thicker than the Peachy Green. They also both come with snap-in inserts that would snap into the backs here, although the inserts themselves are different. So the Bottombumpers One Size comes with a medium-large insert that is sewn as such. It is 5 layers total. We have 4 layers of organic cotton. There are 2 here, 2 back here, and it is topped with a bamboo velour, which is 98% bamboo and 2% poly. The Peachy Green One Size diaper comes with a One Size insert, which is sewn as just one long piece of fabric that is 2 layers each of 70% bamboo viscose and 30% organic cotton. You would simply snap it in to the size that you need and snap this into the back here. So the Peachy Green One Size insert is 6 layers total. So here we have a Bottombumpers Size Medium and a Peachy Green Size 1. And these diapers are very similar to the One Size. They are both lined with the organic cotton. Again, the Bottombumpers is slightly thicker. They both come with the snap-in inserts. And the Bottombumpers Size Medium insert is the same as the One Size. It's the medium large. That's the 5 layers, 4 layers of organic cotton topped with a bamboo velour. But the Peachy Green Size 1 insert is different. This is one of their sized inserts. So it folds over here, and there is a loop sewn in here. There is stitching here to create 6 layers of the 70% bamboo, 30% organic cotton in the wet zone. And there are just the 4 layers up at the top, or in the back, I guess that would be. And that would snap in there. So now we are on the inside of the Bottombumpers Small and the Peachy Green Size 0. They are both again lined with the organic cotton, the Bottombumpers slightly thicker. They both come with these snap-in inserts. The Bottombumpers Small comes with the small insert now, which is the same. It is the 5 layers for organic cotton topped with the bamboo velour. And the Peachy Green Size 0 is the same as the Size 1 but smaller. It is sewn to fold over here with this loop here in the wet zone, the 70% bamboo viscose and 30% organic cotton. And if you are wondering if the Bottombumpers and Peachy Green inserts are compatible with one another, and this applies to all of the inserts, the answer to that is not really. You could, but if you did snap a Peachy Green into a Bottombumpers, you would get a little bulge here. And same with the Peachy Green with a Bottombumpers insert. You would get a bulge here in the shell in the back. So you could, but they aren't really meant to be compatible. So now I'm going to move on to some specific categories of differences. So the first category I'm going to compare is size. And I have the One Size diapers out again. I have removed the inserts so we can get a good look at the shells. And I want to compare them one on top of the other. So as you can see, the Peachy Green wings are slightly longer. The rise is slightly longer. The crotch area is really about the same. But the Bottombumpers back right here fans out slightly more than the Peachy Green does. So there's slightly more coverage in the back. I want to point out that even though the wings on the Peachy Green are longer, and even though the spacing really on the snaps on the wings is very similar, because the Peachy Green has this elastic, it does get about an inch smaller in the waist at the smallest setting than the Bottombumpers does. And I am going to post the actual measurements that I get beneath here, so you can take a look at those. I want to compare the inserts now. So here is the Bottombumpers Medium Large insert compared to the Peachy Green One Size insert. You can see they are almost the same in length. The Bottombumpers is just slightly shorter, and the Bottombumpers is definitely narrower through here. So here we have the Bottombumpers Size Medium and the Peachy Green Size 1. And again, the inserts are removed. And this time, they are even more similar. So the Bottombumpers wings are just slightly longer than the Peachy Green. The rise is just about identical. And the crotch, as well as the coverage in the back, is pretty much identical as well. Again, the Peachy Green waist does get a little bit smaller, but you can find those measurements posted below. So here is the Bottombumpers Size Medium Large insert compared to the Peachy Green Size 1. Again, the Peachy Green is longer, and it is also wider as well. And I want to point out that this insert I have washed maybe 3 or 4 times, so it's maybe not fully shrunk, but it will still remain wider than the Bottombumpers. So here we have the Bottombumpers Small and the Peachy Green Size 0. Again, both of the inserts have been removed. And once again, these shells are very similar. The wings here at the top are just about the same. The coverage here in the back in the crotch is pretty much the same. And the rise in the wings here are pretty much the same. At least I can't really tell a difference. Again, the Peachy Green does get smaller in the waist just because of this very tight elastic up here. But you can find the exact measurements down below again. So here I have the Bottombumpers Small and the Peachy Green Size 0 inserts. And this has never been washed. This has been washed maybe twice, but I still wanted to just put them out there. So again, the Peachy Green is wider than the Bottombumpers. The Bottombumpers is definitely smaller in length as well, although this will shrink up slightly. So the next test is comfort. And basically I just want to compare the softness of the diapers. These have both been washed and dried many times, so naturally they are going to have some pilling. But I can say that the Bottombumpers is still pretty soft. And I can say that the Peachy Green is still pretty soft. I would say they have both pilled about the same amount, and they are both about the same softness. So let's compare inserts now. I have actually a brand new Bottombumpers insert. And this is so soft and plush. It is that bamboo velour. It's just very, very soft. And here is a used Bottombumpers insert. And again, has been washed and dried many times, so has pilled. But this is still pretty soft as well. Here is a new Peachy Green insert. And this feels exactly like the Apple Cheeks inserts, in my opinion. The 2 and 3 ply Apple Cheeks inserts that I have. It's the same kind of texture and softness. And here is a pilled version that has been washed and dried many times. So again, this is still soft. If I had to compare them, I would say that the Bottombumpers is softer to begin with, but that the Peachy Green is slightly softer after many washings. So the next category is absorbency. And I can say that both of these diapers are very, very absorbent. I have never had a leak with either of them, but I did go ahead and do an absorbency test between the Bottombumpers Medium Large insert and the Peachy Green One Size insert. I laid both inserts out on a paper towel, I took a shot glass full of water, and I slowly poured it over the middles. And when I lifted the inserts up, you can see that the Peachy Green insert was more absorbent than the Bottombumpers. And it also didn't feel quite as wet. So in my opinion, the Peachy Green insert is more absorbent. So the next category is trimness. And I can say that both of these diapers are extremely trim. It's kind of what they're known for. They are the most like disposables I have ever tried. The only differences really I can see are in these leg elastics. They are slightly, ever so slightly thicker along the Bottombumpers than they are the Peachy Green. Also on the One Size diapers, the rise of the Peachy Green being in the front, you would have a just very slight bulge down here, whereas on the Bottombumpers, the very slight bulge would be in the back. I want to compare the medium and size 1s real quick. And the Peachy Green size 1 having that sized insert, I can say this is just very slightly trimmer than the size medium with the One Size insert in here. Again, the leg elastic is slightly thicker along the Bottombumpers than the Peachy Green. So overall, I can say that in the sized versions of the diapers, I think the Peachy Green are just ever so slightly trimmer. And in the One Size, they are just about the same, other than, very slightly along the legs. So the next category is washing and drying. And being just one layer of organic cotton in here, these shells are very easy to wash and very easy to dry. I can say that the Peachy Green does take slightly longer, and that is because of this elastic area in here where it's bunched up, but it's pretty slight. In terms of the inserts, the Bottombumpers takes the same amount of time to dry as the shell, and being 3 layers and 2 layers, it is pretty easy to wash. The Peachy Green as well is easy to wash, as it is only 2 layers. And if you unsnap this, then it will take the same amount of time to dry as the shell, or actually faster even. But if it is snapped, then this loop area will take a little bit longer. And that is the case with the sized insert. Because this loop is sewn in, these sized inserts do take longer to dry. The last category is just an additional notes kind of thing. Personally, I find the elastics on the Peachy Green to be slightly sturdier. Some of my Bottombumpers shells, the elastics have relaxed, and I know that you can send them back to Bottombumpers and they will replace them for you. I have also found the sizing of the Peachy Green to be slightly more accurate, at least in the case of my daughter. The inserts, I find the Bottombumpers insert to be a little sturdier, so it's a little easier to put on, whereas the Peachy Green insert can have a tendency to kind of bunch, and you kind of have to hold it more in place when you're putting the diaper on. Both of the inserts do have a tendency to kind of roll. So here is the Peachy Green. They have a tendency to kind of, fold in and roll over, but that's not a really big deal. I just wanted to point that out. Also, I find that the Peachy Green, since they do have the one size, the small, medium, and large inserts, I just find them to be a little more tailored to the size of the shell. So that's my comparison between the Bottombumpers One Size, Small, and Medium, and the Peachy Green One Size, 0, and 1. As you can see, there's a lot of similarities, but there's also a lot of differences. They are both phenomenal diapers in my opinion, and I highly recommend trying them out.